What would the 2026 US Senate map look like if we based it solely on Donald Trump's approval numbers? Well, we're going to take a look at that today. Today's video, we're going to talk about each state and what they look like on the trajectory of if we base this off of Donald Trump's approval numbers. So for a little bit of context here, in order to have a safe Democratic state, we're looking at states that are disapproved of by Donald Trump by 15% or more. In order to have a likely Democratic state, that would be a state that's disapproved of him on a scale of 5 to 15%, lean Democratic anywhere from 1% to 5%, etc. Republican states, similar situation. If he's approved of from anywhere from 1 to 5%, lean Republican, likely Republican 5 to 15, 15 plus, going to be safe Republican. But I can guarantee you there's no safe Republican states in this. So with that said, let's take a look at today's map for context. The source is The Economist, Newsweek. You're welcome to check out this yourself to fact check me, to double check that I make sure I get all of these right. But to save us a little bit of time, I've went ahead and characterized all the safe Democratic states, but I want to go ahead and point out a couple that may surprise you guys, and go ahead and let you guys know that I am in fact correct on these, which is states like Nebraska, negative 16% for Donald Trump, which is a safe Democratic state. Alaska, negative 18%, safe Democratic state. Kansas, negative 17%, safe Democratic state. Texas, negative 22%, safe Democratic state. You get the gist. So we're looking at these states as safe Democrat states because of the fact that Donald Trump is so deeply disapproved of in these states. So for context, or that's the context really of the races. So with that said, the states that are going to go safe Democratic are going to be Oregon, Nebraska, Colorado, New Mexico, Alaska, Kansas. We're also looking at Texas. Mississippi is going to go safe Democratic. Iowa is safe Democratic. Minnesota also safe Democratic. Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina is safe Democratic. North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, all of the New England states were safe Democratic. And I think that leaves us with essentially all of the states that we're looking at. For a little bit of context here, I believe so. I could be wrong. If I am, we'll discuss those in the video. So with that said, let's take a look at, for starters, we'll take a look at the state of West Virginia, and then we'll move towards the western part of the country. So with that said, West Virginia is currently sitting at a net approval for Donald Trump of 6%, which puts this in a likely Republican column. So that's going to be the Republicans' first seat that they hold on to across this board. The next state we'll take a look at is the state of Kentucky, negative disapproval rating of 13%. That's going to be likely Democrat for the state of Kentucky. If we move over to Tennessee, we'll see Tennessee a negative 10%, another likely Democratic state. In the state of Alabama, we're looking at a negative 10% disapproval rating, so that's going to be a likely Democratic state for Democrats across the state of Alabama as well, given Trump's approval. Again, this is what the full context of the video is. Louisiana, negative 14, that actually puts it in likely, barely, but almost safe Democratic. We'll take a look at Arkansas and Oklahoma together. Arkansas is going to be negative 11%. Oklahoma, negative 7. So both of these states are going to be likely Democratic states. Both the state of Oklahoma and the state of Arkansas, both going to be likely Democratic states there. And then we'll move to South Dakota. South Dakota is going to be a state that is likely Democratic, negative 13%. Very close to that safe Democrat, but likely Democrat in the state of South Dakota with negative 13%. We'll move over to Wyoming. Wyoming has a net approval rating for Donald Trump of almost 14%. So it's almost wrong at the beginning of the video when I told you that no state has a safe Republican. I was almost wrong, but I wasn't. 14% in the state, so that gives it a likely Republican, but almost safe Republican for Donald Trump in the state of Wyoming. And then Montana, which is going to have a net disapproval rating of 7%, which is going to bring that state to be a Democrat state on the likely level. And then Idaho. Idaho is going to be a state that is going to be characterized as favorable to Donald Trump on the likely level. That brings that state to likely Republican, no safe Republicans, tons of safe Democrat, and quite a few likely Democrat, no lean Democrat, no lean Republican, or at least I don't believe there was, just likely Republican. Yep, across the board. So this is the final Senate map if our 2026 Senate races were based solely off of Donald Trump's approval numbers. And this doesn't really come as much as of a surprise to me. Donald Trump has proven to be disapproved of in multiple states, even states that you wouldn't think that he was. Maybe Nebraska or Kansas, even South Carolina. You might not think he is in, South Dakota, but he technically is disapproved of across these states, and that leaves us with Democrats having 66 Senate seats to Republicans 34, Republicans only having 3 Senate seats if this was the case. So I'm sure Donald Trump is very thankful that this is not going to be the 2026 Senate map. I don't think it's any way possible that this would happen, but I thought it would be a fun video to do today and to look at how really the shift in each state is. I mean, Texas, a safe Democratic state, they disapprove of Trump by over 15%. Kansas, Nebraska, Mississippi, South Carolina, all of these states are disapproving of Trump by over 15%, and then some of them disapproving anywhere from 5 to 15 in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Louisiana, South Dakota, Montana. These are really bad numbers for Donald Trump across the nation, and you guys are welcome to fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I got all of those right for the safe Democrat before I started the video. We look at states like Texas, they were safe Democrat, negative 22%. Across the state. Mississippi, negative 17% across the state. South Carolina, negative 28. Florida, negative 18. So you get the gist. This was a very bad midterm, bad U.S. Senate races for the Republicans if this was to be the case. So I'm sure the Republicans are very thankful that they have stronger candidates in certain states to run and ultimately win these races, because like we said, we don't expect Republicans to win Kentucky. We don't expect them to win Tennessee, Alabama. Some people may say Mississippi's close. Still don't expect them to win Mississippi or Arkansas or Louisiana or Oklahoma. You get the gist. We don't expect them to win these states. And if this was the case, they would lose a lot of these states. In fact, Democrats would nearly have a supermajority, but almost would have a 2/3 majority of the United States Senate. So that's really significant alone. So, with all of that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If we look at the approval right now, Donald Trump is sitting at a approval of 35% across the nation and disapprove of 61%. That's on average, negative 26 points. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys believe that his approval numbers are as bad as they are really saying that they are? And if so, how does that affect the midterms? Of course, we don't expect a map like this, but is there any states that you guys think are going to be a shock to the nation on election night? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications so you're notified every single time that I post a new video. Let me know what you guys think again in the comments below. There is a playlist of my 2026 midterm analysis to your right. You're welcome to check those out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys again so much for watching.